Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Employee Baltimore show. Look, it's not a day off. I'm not chilling on the beach. Had a little technical difficulty and had to be where I could be to do this show because the information that we bring you weekly is too critical for us to not be here. So, just like it says on the screen, the first thing I need you to do is to like, share, and make sure that you're commenting on the broadcast. Listen, before we go any further, I gotta thank my partner in this work, our producer, Miss Katanya Lester, for all of the great things that she does. She books the show. She sets everything up so I can just sit down and do what I do best, which is run my mouth. We have a great show lined up for you today. I need y'all to make sure that you are going and getting everybody that you can on today's show because there's going to be a lot of great information shared. We have some tremendous guests for you today, and I don't want anybody to miss it. So make sure that you are here. I need y'all to make sure that you're getting everybody, even type their names down into the comments so that the algorithm will push them into this space so we can have the conversation and talk about what y'all know I like to talk about best, bringing opportunities to the community. With that being said, let's run the line. Let's run the set. The Orioles and the Ravens. Listen, y'all, this is a beautiful time to be a Baltimore sports fan like me. I'm not one of those guys that live here and roots for other teams. I love Baltimore and I love our sports. And as we look at our summer birds in first place in the division and maintaining it, we endured the process. Now they talking all kinds of playoff runs and potentially World Series. Then last Saturday, first preseason game. Nope, the game don't matter, but it means that football is back in Baltimore. Y'all, I am stoked right now. It don't matter. I'm a Baltimorean, and I love my summer birds and my winter birds. Y'all, great time to be a Baltimore sports fan. I am excited. New talent for the Ravens, the new talent for the Orioles finally paying off. You got to make sure that you tuning in, you checking out our team. Buy them tickets, go down there. I went down to a game against Houston Astros, took my 3-year-old to his very first major league game, y'all. He wasn't interested at all. He was playing with his little action figures that he had with him. But guess what? The memories last a lifetime. It's the good time to be a Baltimore bird, y'all. Make sure that y'all checking out birds out and rooting them on. The Now Hiring Job Board. Listen, the Now Hiring Job Board is the place to be if you're looking for opportunities. Connected to each and every job that you find is a living human being, right? Not like some of the things or other resources that are out there, Monster, all that sort of thing, whatever. I don't even know if Monster's still around, but whatever they are, on this job board, when you click on it, you wind up getting contacted or getting in contact with one of our fabulous business service representatives whose sole purpose in this agency is to make sure that the door is open as wide for you as possible. So I need you to make sure that you're going to www.moed.baltimorecity.gov/job board. Find the opportunity that's for you. Click on it. Get connected to somebody because I always tell y'all, we are the plug. All right. The Mayor's Office of Employment Development, we do it for everybody else, y'all, but now we're doing it for ourselves. I need you, if you are looking for a position in and around the area of workforce development, there are a lot of transferable job skills that can come from areas like marketing and other places to be a part of our fabulous team. We got the jobs listed down the bottom. We're looking for everything from career development facilitators, lead supervisors, directors of our new blueprint program, all the way up to, notice I ain't say down, we're looking for custodians because I don't want to come in no dirty place. They just as important as everybody else doing everything else to make it a great place for our Baltimore residents to come and get opportunities. This event is going to be happening on Thursday, August the 31st, 2023. It's going to be at the War Memorial. I think they need to call it the War Memorial /MOED Recruitment Headquarters because y'all know when we put a job fair on down there, it's big, it's fabulous, and people are getting hired. So make sure you click on the links below. One of the links gets you registered for the event. The other one takes you to the open positions so that you can apply. It's always best to apply before you come. We can verify your application and get you interviewed on the spot. So make sure Thursday, August 31st, 2023, you are in the place after you have already registered and filled out the application. Come dressed to impressed and make sure you find success. The Mayor's Office of Employment Development, we are growing and we need you. All right, all right, all right. We got another. Listen, y'all. Y'all just should be understanding that this is just what we do. We looking for drivers in solid waste. All right. Drivers in solid waste. You need a class A or B commercial driver's license. September 9th is going to be the hiring event at CC Jackson Recreation Center. It's on a Saturday. Guess what? Yours truly loves to come out for them. I help out. I'm getting my hands dirty. 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. I need y'all to be on the spot. That's up in the amazing Park Heights community, 4910 Park Heights Avenue. Y'all know it's on the back side of the building, though. So you got to come into the back side of the building, but make sure that you're in place. Y'all know we always hear people say, I want to get a city job. Baltimore City has been doing a great job of hiring and interviewing and getting people through the process on the spot. So make sure that you show up September the 9th, 2023. We're going to be there from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Come get your bag. Mayor Scott's back to school event is happening this weekend, y'all. It's going to be at City Hall as always, Saturday from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Bring the kids down. They always make a good time out of it. It's going to be a whole bunch of stuff, but you're going to be able to get some of those resources that you need to be able to go into the new school year prepared. Backpacks full of supplies. Y'all, it's going to be a happening. So make sure that you are there on August the 19th, 2023. They're gonna be there from 11 to 4. I won't be there this weekend. I'm booked up with a bunch of stuff going on. So make sure that you are there and you get the kids there so that you can get this amazing opportunity to get the resources you need for back to school. All right, y'all, listen. 2 conversations today. Both of them I'm extra excited about. One, because it's a great opportunity and great program. The other one, because it's not only a great opportunity, it's a great person who does great work. And I get to call him brother. I get to call him and he answers on the first ring. Man, listen, Katanya, which one of the folks are we going with first? Is that in order? If that's in order, then I get the pleasure to introduce my friend and my brother, who is affectionately known as the mayor of Cherry Hill for me. What this brother does in his neighborhood, his passion to even be back in his neighborhood to do ministry is one of the things that I look up to him for, because I get the pleasure of being in my neighborhood where I grew up doing ministry, and the work that he does. I'm talking about, get this thing out your mind about the pastor who barks orders and tells people what to do. We were out there almost every week last summer, and while we were trying to help people get jobs, this brother was out there tossing around food boxes, putting them in people's cars. He is known and beloved in the Cherry Hill community. He's getting elevated to the office of apostle, a good friend and brother of mine, my friend, Dr. Ern Hanna. Doc, thank you for being here with us today.
Thank you, Marvin. We appreciate you, Pastor. Thank you so much, brother, for having me on today with these amazing people.
Man, we took time to pause when Dad went home to be with the Lord, because he's a general here in Baltimore, and have continued to pray for your family, man. But we thank God for who you are in the city of Baltimore, specifically in the Cherry Hill community. Our prayers have been with you and your family.
We appreciate you. Thank you for your kind prayers and gestures and the continuous joy you bring to our city. Thank you, sir.
Also, bringing on the screen to talk this time with me is one of the guys that he one of my rollies, y'all. We've been doing this together for a long time. I love this man. I wish I could match his hustle. I don't think I could run like he run. I had to do it a different way. But when you talking about putting your hands to the plow, ain't nobody that work harder for the city of Baltimore than my colleague, one of the fabulous BSRs in the Mayor's Office of Employment Development. Welcome, y'all, the original host of the Employee Baltimore Show, Mr. Bill Kahn.
It's like Johnny Carson on the Jay Leno show. If you were to go back I appreciate you bringing me back.
I prefer Arsenio Hall on the Montel Williams show.
All right, we'll take that. I'll be Arsenio. I'm good with that. I'm good with that.
Man, listen, this is good. You guys got together last week and y'all put some stuff together. So literally, I'm gonna fall back. Dr. Hanna, do me a favor before I fall back and let y'all chop it up. I want you to talk to the people about who Dr. Hanna is, your passion for community, and some of the things that are happening at 601 Cherry Hill Road.
I I'm grateful to be able to be pastor of South Church in Baltimore, Maryland, and as well as Bodega Church in New York. Um, I pastor a beautiful church and an amazing community with amazing people. Um, South Church is a church I've been pastoring the church for 15.5 years. Come next month, almost 16 years, and it's been an amazing ride. But the Lord has graced us to be able to now pastor the city, and grateful that it's grown from just South Church, and now it's the city's church. I believe one of the kind ministries in the city, but I've been blessed to be able to, because of our ministry work and our hustle and just our hands to the plow, our heart for the people. The city has kind of gravitated to our ministry, so I think it's a prominent ministry church for the city at large. And I'm so grateful to be able to serve our city, to serve several communities. As a matter of fact, this coming Saturday is our citywide baptism, and that will be in West Baltimore. So I've learned how to love the city at large. The city has learned how to love me, and I'm grateful. So 26 years, been married for 26 years. Love Cherry Hill. My wife is a native of Cherry Hill as well. We're blessed to be able to serve our community and its people, and that's what it is.
That's great, man. What's known don't even have to be said. But I'm glad I get to be here for the ride. But Bill, I want you to step in and take over, man. You're an amazing host in your own right, and give us some background information on the connection, and you guys can take it from there on the things that are about to happen.
Okay.
Well, I got you to thank for this, Marvin, because I'm from the South Baltimore Employment Connection Center, which is located about 2 blocks away from Horseshoe, but we're not really in a residential area. Now, where I was previously was Mondawmin. I never had a problem with people coming to the center. People were coming to the center in droves. But what we found after COVID is we're not getting as many people coming into the center. So our idea, and Martin, transparency, Marvin's my supervisor, so we talk about this all the time. We talked about a strategy where we were going to go out in the community. So we started doing some events in Cherry Hill, and a shout out to Mike Battle and the Rich Foundation, great folks over there. We did some events at the shopping center. We had Harbor Hospital. We had some transportation companies. And I'm going to tell you, whenever we do events in Cherry Hill, the turnout's great. I know Marvin and the entire employer services team, we recruited for a brand new warehouse in Brooklyn, Home Chef, and we had a huge turnout both times we were there. So we know if we bring the jobs, people will come in that area. So Marvin said, I want you to talk to Pastor Hannah, and we had met before because I do the back to school events and things like that.
Yeah.
We've seen each other, and we were talking about ways that we can get some folks, this time of year, kids going back to school, parents are looking for jobs. That's when it picks up. It's a little slow in the summer as far as jobs, but now the employers are calling like crazy. So we sat and talked a little bit and thought, what type of jobs should we bring in the area? And my focus is on South Baltimore businesses. So what we're going to do, and just be making some phone calls. We've got 5 confirmed. I'm probably going to wind up with about 7 to 10 businesses that are going to be there on the 31st. We're going to try to hit anything from entry level to everything across the board. We're going to have healthcare. We're going to have transportation. We're going to have warehouse. We're going to have manufacturing, whatever else I can get my hands on between now and then. And I know Pastor Hannah is going to be my right-hand person getting the people out. I know I don't have to worry about people showing, and I know the folks are qualified. One of the things when I'm out talking to businesses, I had a conversation with Domino's Sugar. One of the things they said to me was, can you get qualified people? And there's some thing out there for some reason that Baltimore can't get good folks. And I'm going to tell you this, the opposite. Marvin can tell you this. There are lots of good people ready to work. Sometimes the issue getting places. So you know what? We're going to bring it to them, make it a little bit easier. And I'm telling you, once we do these things, the employers love it. Harbor Hospital was so impressed with the turnout. And so we're going to do this at South Church, and we'll take it from there. Pastor Hannah, I know we're going to have a good turnout, and I'm hoping we do this on a regular basis after this.
Dr. Hannah, let me get you to speak on this because, when people think of pastors, they think baptism, dedicating babies, preaching. You have been so consistent, and now your vision isn't just to bring jobs one time, it's to bring them there monthly because you at Aggressive. Can you talk to people literally about your vision for this? Because you don't need to thank me, Bill. Doc reached out to me, right? Okay. Talk to people about your vision for this level of community work coming from a pastor.
My thought process is that everyone does well. And home ownership, employment, healthcare. I want everyone that I can touch, everyone that's around me to do well. I am from Baltimore. I want Baltimore to do well. You can be from Biddle and Mumford, you can be from Emerson Avenue, or you can be from Roland Park, or wherever you deem to be from. If you claim a set, a space, an area, I want and I believe that God wants everyone to do well. God doesn't just want you baptized. He wants you employed. He said, above all, I want you to prosper and be in good health. So it's not just I want you healthy, but I want you to have some bread. I want you to have some ham, some cheese. And whatever scenario you look at in the urban language, that means money. And so it is by God's design that his people do very well. And the people that do not believe in him, if you decide to believe in him, you'll find out that wealth is on this side as well. So I want people to have a wealth thought process. I want you to live well, do well, function well, dress well, enjoy well, travel, save money. I want your credit score to be crazy. I want your credit score. So when we do these kind of resources, our goal is not just to get you employed, it's to get you employed and then to get you out of subsidized housing forever. That's just a starting point. It helps you to get you off of social services. That's a starting point. That's not your entire destiny. You should not be. Our goal is to not have 5 generations of persons still in subsidized housing. I want to get you out of that space and let that get you be a foundation, but then move forward and to launch off into great credit scores and doing very well and be able to buy your home and be able to do very well. So the goal is to make sure that you're healthy, that you have health care. So doing these things are also resources. And if you're on here, I want everyone to share the live stream. If you're on here right now, share. I need to share this right now because we want to be able to not just have jobs, but we're bringing people, other entities in to secure you to have security deposit for your apartments and things of that nature. We're going to get you expungement. So this day is a great day, a great awakening of employment, a erection of resources. And Bill and Marvin and the team are exclusively helping South Baltimore on that day. Now they're helping the city worldwide, but South Baltimore, we're bringing employment to those offices and those employers that are ready to go. And we're bringing jobs to you that are available and ready to hire, not someone that's just kind of sitting around. These are jobs that if you qualify close and we can push the envelope because of if we have to, you're going to get a job. You're going to leave here with a job. That's the goal, not a whole bunch of rigmarole and QR codes. We're bringing employers in that we believe that will suffice your abilities to be able to work at any tier, ground level or upper echelon. We're going to get you in whatever level you can get employed. That's our goal, from drivers to healthcare to libraries to Amazon to all these different Harbor hospitals. So all these different agencies are coming to do the work. And so as a pastor, my thought process is to put you in front of people that are willing to hire you and to get you rocking and rolling in the job force world.
Awesome. Bill, talk to us about one of the things that Dr. Hannah touched on, that when we encourage people to come out, because one of the things we've done in the Mayor's Office of Employment Development is shift the dynamic that when you're coming to a job fair, you come in to get a card or to drop a resume, but that these are spaces where people have viable opportunities that they're looking to fill, and the potential is always there to get people hired on the spot, which we have done at South Church quite a bit. One phone call.
Literally one phone call right there.
Yeah.
So, I go back with the ages like you do a little bit. We used to do Congressman Cummings' job, re-entry job fair, 5th Regiment Armory. Wow. And, that was like a fantastic thing. But what we've noticed that happened with job fairs over the years is companies would show up, but they really wouldn't have jobs. Or they would tell people, hey, you have to go on the website. And really, how does that help people? So, our strategy with the Mayor's Office of Employment Development, when we go out and we do events, if we have employers there, maybe only 1 or 2, or it could be 8 or 9, but those folks have viable opportunities. They're actively looking for people. I don't believe in wasting folks' time. I don't believe in wasting companies' time. Our job, and it's a kind of a simplification, but we're trying to connect our really good employers with really good folks. And, when we go out into these neighborhoods, I'm looking for drivers that have experience and are ready to work. I'm looking for warehouse folks that are ready to work. We're looking for folks. Harbor Hospital, we had literally 7 department heads come down in the last event we did in December because they needed people for floor tech, dietary. But the point of all this is you won't be coming in. You're going to have to still do an interview, of course. But when you come down, they're going to have a list of things that they're actively looking for. Make sure that when you come down, have multiple copies of your resume and match up, because the goal of this is to get interviews within a couple of days of the event, and then we go from there. We can bring any companies to the table, but we're bringing companies that have actual hiring opportunities. That's the key, because people get frustrated. One of the things, I do a weekly job club every Wednesday, and I bring employers to that too, but I only bring employers that are hiring, because one of the most common complaints that I hear is I'm putting in application after application after application and I don't hear anything back. And people get frustrated. So we're trying to cut that out and make it an easier process for folks. People need to work, need to put food on the table. I tell folks when I look at their resume, how much do you need to survive? And I did this with my group on Wednesday, and they were telling me anywhere from $22 to $30 to $40 an hour. And I was like, well, does your resume match up to that? And if not, we got to look at different careers. We got to look at training opportunities. I want to get you from point A to point B. Okay. Wow. You don't need me to get a McDonald's job. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to make sure that I'm going to, parrot what the good pastor said. I want you to have a house. I want you to have a car. I want you to be able to go on vacation like everybody else has the opportunity to do. So let us help you from get to point A to point B. If we have to put you in the training program, hey, we'll do that. We have apprenticeships training, all that good stuff. So if you're in a situation where, you don't need me for McDonald's. Like I said, we want to I love it when I talk to folks 3, 4, 5 years later and they've got certifications and they say, Mr. Bill, I just bought a house. That is what we're here for. And so, we're hoping to, like I said, we've got 5 confirmed employers right now, and we're going to do this on a regular basis.
Dr. Hannah, with your social, go ahead.
And with that being said, our goal is to do this once a month. So we're starting. I had a conversation with Pastor Marvin. He connected me with Bill. Bill killed it. He just went straight to the, and he made it happen. And he's like, Pastor, listen, I'm not going to shut and jive you, brother. He says, I do this at a certain level. And I heard it in the sound of his voice, and he just started recreating. He started moving around. He started creating stuff, and it just started happening. So our goal is to do this once a month. And from now until it goes on forever, until the city is employed, that is the goal, is to employ everyone until there's no more opens. We want the city to be absolutely positively employed. And so with this, we're going to move from where we are to this one to then once a month, we'll have a continuous relationship with this department that's been functioning with us, with the Maryland Office of Employment. It's been a wonderful ride for us, and I want you to make sure you stay connected. It is on August the 31st from 10 a.m. to 2. August 31st from 10 a.m. to 2. I think this is the last Thursday of the month. So remember, the last Thursday of the month. I need everyone to tell somebody, your son, your daughter, your wife, your boo, your girlfriend, your husband, whoever whoever your leader is, whoever your friends are, whoever your persons are that need a better job or either a job. Make sure you like and share it. Send this to them today. Inbox them. DM this. Text this to them. But on August the 31st, we need you in the building.
Bill, can you real quickly before we wrap up the segment, can you talk to us about some of the positions so people will know what to expect when they get there? We talked about the businesses, but talk about some of the positions that are going to be available on the 31st.
Absolutely. I'm looking for CNA, GNA, phlebotomist, dietary, floor tech, drivers, manufacturing, warehouse, particularly pick pack. I also need reach truck folks. Reach truck's a little different than the normal forklift. And I need some admin data entry people. That's who we have lined up so far. Also, if you have CDL A's or B's, I'm going to have a trucking company there. I'm going to have a company looking for bus drivers, limo drivers, stretch limos, all that kind of good stuff. And there is more to come.
Doc, I want you to wrap us up, but I want you to do a specific way. You have a huge social media following, and I'm hoping that everybody from your following will get to see this video in your own Dr. Aaron Hanna way. Tell the people why they need to on August 31st be at 601 Cherry Hill Road to get these opportunities.
I need you all to follow me on Instagram, AWHSR. I need this generation to be in the building as well. I believe that this is going to be a pivotal moment for those that want to be well in the city of Baltimore. If you're hustling and you're selling drugs, I need you off the corner. If you're a single mom with 3 babies and it's tight for you, I need you off the couch. I know you have not had all of the push that you need, but I need you to push yourself today and get to this August 31st, job employment. If you have a decent job, but it's not enough money, before you just say, I'm done and I'm getting ready to do something else, I'm getting ready to quit, I'm just frustrated. No, keep that job until this new one comes on August 31st. I believe it is by design that you're on this stream today to get a life-changing opportunity, to get employed, to get resources, and to be better. Because that's a goal for all of us, to be better, and let's do it together.
Thank you, Dr. Aaron Hanna and Bill. Bill, your years of service, I think we had about 17, man, and commitment to changing the social economic direction of the lives of people in Baltimore. And you served the hardest to serve. You've served those who have been in reentry and many of the challenges. I want to say to you about the great respect that I have for you, your commitment, your passion, and the work that you've done. Seeing to it that people in Baltimore have opportunities, man. You don't seem like you, as we would say in the church, no ways tired.
I agree.
Dr. Aaron Hanna, I want to say to you, man, I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for your commitment to the city of Baltimore. And thank you for being the example of what can happen when a brother says, I'm not going to leave where I come from for better pastures, but I'm going to make where I'm at better. I have the pleasure of pastoring 2 blocks away, literally 2 blocks away from my old house. And the work that God blesses me to do in the area where I pastor and live for so many years is tremendous. So thank you for being the example of real leadership in the city of Baltimore, specifically to the people of Cherry Hill.
We appreciate you, Marvin. Bill, we appreciate you. Thank you for chiming in and making this whole thing grow even bigger. Thank you, Bill. Thank you.
Looking forward to it. And Marvin, thank you for the kind words. It's easy to do when I work with such a great group of people, because I can say, the folks that I work with, I mean, we're not faking it. We really want people to work. I mean, that's what we're all about. We want people to have a better life. I know people, sometimes that comes off as a little bit corny or contrived, but it's real. Nothing makes me happier when I get a text from somebody. I just got one yesterday. The guy stayed with me. It took 4 months, and he was frustrated. He just got a $21 an hour job at Transdev. Transdev will be there, and got $1,000 signing bonus. And he said he was almost in tears, and that's what makes it worth the while. Looking forward to doing more.
Thank you, gentlemen. We'll look forward to seeing you. Maybe we can do this one more time as we get closer to that date, even if it's just a little check-in for updates. But thank you both so much for your service.
Thank you, Marvin.
Man, listen, it's segments like this on this show that inspires me to continue to do the work that touches so many different areas in my life. And none more than that, being the person that has sat in Bill's seat and sit in the seat that Dr. Hanna holds. We have got to build the relationships that are going to change. And it's an intersectionality between the key stakeholders in Baltimore. So faith leaders, if you happen to be listening right now and you want to bring that kind of resource and connection to your ministry so that you can serve the area where you're blessed to serve, please make sure you reach out to the Mayor's Office of Employment Development, and we would love to come. It's not exclusive. Even though Dr. Hanna is a trailblazer in this work, we will come to where the work is needed. So we thank you again, Bill and Dr. Hanna, for the great work that's happening, and we're excited about August 31st. With that being said, I get to interview somebody who is about a great, great, great work in Baltimore that's specifically aimed and geared towards our young people. We hear so much negative stuff about the young people, numbers of this going up, numbers of that going up, but we're not hearing, we're not hearing as much about the great things that are happening here in Baltimore. And one of the great things that are happening here in Baltimore is B360. They have a dirt bike, watch this, STEM camp. Baltimore Dirt Bike and STEM Camp that's coming up, where we are talking about science, technology, I forget the E in math, uh, meeting up with the love that young people have. Listen, my son and I were out, and a young man came up on the side of the car. My son is 3 years old. The young man was wheeling the dirt bike, and I know we got opinions about that stuff, right? But it's the things that our young people are interested in. This brother, Mike Anderson, and his group are merging and using the opportunity and passionate love that people have for dirt bikes to bring them the other stuff that'll make them successful in any industry. So y'all help me welcome to the stage my brother, Mike Anderson. Mike, welcome to the Employee Baltimore Show.
Thank you.
Mike, I'm so familiar with the work of B360, and thank you for bringing on one of the young people that's a part, because we can talk about what we do all day, but they can tell the story better than us. Mike, tell us a little bit about B360 and about Mike Anderson's role and involvement in this work.
How you doing? So I'm the program manager here at B360. It was created by our. Give me 1 second, bro. We're gonna meet, bro. We're gonna meet. I'm so sorry about that, guys. We still run the summer camp here.
That's the work real. That's the real
right.
work.
We still run the summer camp here. But here at B360, and the EV we were looking for was engineering. So we run a dirt bike STEM organization. So we utilize the culture of Baltimore's dirt bike riders to end the cycle of poverty, disrupt the prison to the school pipeline, and just build bridges in communities by creating opportunities through, like I said, STEM education, community engagement, career preparation. So he's more the organization than me. He's been here since, how old are you? 9 years old. So he started with our CEO, Brittany Young, who's the closest thing to a superhero that I know, because she's in a million places at once. So she couldn't be here right now. So, I'm on talking about what we do. We do some great things. Like right now we have our Sound of Summer Camp. So we have a couple of events coming up, and I'm gonna let Deron talk more about those things. But yeah, so we do some great things. We have our own day in the city, B360 Day. A lot of people in the community came out and were part of that. We had the mayor here last week, the state's attorney's office here before that. So we just want to give
That's awesome.
The youth out.
That's awesome, and definitely a big shout out to Brittany Young, who is the visionary behind this work. Mike, I really want to let you kind of take over as though you were interviewing the young man that you have with you, because I really think us being privy to a dialogue between the program manager and one of the participants, because you said he'd been there since 9. He looked like he got to be about 15, 16 now. So I ain't got much to say. I want to hear from you guys. So I'm going to throw the mic over to you, Mike, and I'm going to let y'all kind of talk about it in the spirit of giving Baltimore a dose of or inside look at what B360 is and what it does.
Okay, well, welcome to the House of B360. So we are one of the premier nonprofits in the city, up and coming. One of our long-term goals is building the country's first dirt bike campus, not the last, but the first. So the first thing we asked Deron about is, tell us about this B360 Sound of Summer Camp.
B360 Sound of Summer Camp is like it's no place like home. Like what we doing right now, I just love to see the kids and the bond that we making with the kids. Like right now, how many kids we had in total? About like
a couple hundred in total throughout the summer.
In total. And like just saying the line wrapped around the building, the kids screaming, "I want to ride the dirt bike," and we having fun. It just brings joy to my heart. And just like, not even just me, the staff, and the team of B360. Like when we first started, me being, if I said 9, I meant 10. I was 10, 5th or 4th grade. They started off as an after-school program. It was Brittany Young, that was my technology teacher. I was telling her my vision in dirt bikes, and that's not just like something I like to do. I told her like, this is coming from a 10-year-old that I told her that dirt bikes is not just what I want to do, it's my passion. Like I grew up on it, my dad, my brothers, my sister, even my sisters ride. And that I can shout out to the girls. We have a girl in our group, Miss Treasure. And she's 16. like we all been riding, like we all grew up on dirt bikes and we having fun with it. So like the summer dirt bike camp is lovely. We've been doing it for this the third year, and yeah, it just is something that I think we should continue to doing. I really want it to be one of the hottest things in the city right now. I want all the kids to come down and have fun with us. We just bring a bond with us, and yes, because I go on the 3Bs, bikes bring bonds, and yeah.
Deron, if I can ask you this question, we hear a lot of negativity around our youth and dirt bikes and that sort of thing. What is it like, either for yourself or for other young people, when they find out that there's a place that's actually not trying to outlaw their passion, but give them a space to function in their passion, and at the same time, teaching some of the things that will make you successful in the grand scheme of life?
Man, that was a good question. Actually, I get this question a lot, but like the way you phrased it and the way you put it, I like how you did that. But I don't like how they criminalize uh such thing like day rights, because you see, if I'm gonna put it for example, you get 500 people off the street of dirt bike, that's 500 less killers in Baltimore City, because the things that Baltimore already is involved in, and the murdering and stuff like that is not really nice. Dirt bikes bring the youth and the community together, and it's just like I don't like to see my brothers and sisters fail and down in that stuff because of something that we love to do and they trying to take it away from us. We trying to make it a misdemeanor to own a dirt bike, which is not fair to our community. Just like before dirt bikes, it was skateboarding and stuff like that, and then you see how they got a place to ride. I feel like we deserve the same thing because at the end of the day, it's a sport. We're not doing it in a legal way. We just bringing each other in. We having fun. We joke. We laugh. Whenever you see us on the dirt bike, most of us are smiling. We don't hate each other. We bring each other out. We all meet in one place. We all meet in one place. They give us the place, and then they come shut it down. Once we all come together, we gotta ride off, and we just enjoying our time together. And like I don't really appreciate how a such thing as dirt bike is being treated in Baltimore City, and knowing that we're dirt bike capital. We started it, we originated it, and we had fun with it. We doing it again. We're doing it in a legal way, in a legal way. If you hear me now. And yeah, that's all I really can say is, but like me, that's why I'm glad we started with B360 and we put in a good sound on dirt bikes, because it's a lot that come with it. Like people hate dirt bikes, they don't like the sound, they don't like how we coming through, we bullying, we going trick. But you can't never say we're harming anybody. Ever. Not one dirt bike rider just get on their dirt bike and go harm somebody else. That's totally wrong. That's not how it's brought up here. We all just have fun. You see a dirt bike, 9 times out of 10, he's gonna go meet some other dirt bikes. He about to go have fun with each other. We never just want. We like a big. How can I say? We like a big one-man army. When it comes to dirt bikes, we all stick together.
That's awesome, because I think that's one of the conversations that I haven't heard people have around the dirt bike culture, is the unifying force that it has become for our young people, even though I've seen it up close and personal, about how people from different communities and different neighborhoods. Deron, thank you so much for that answer, man. That was powerful, because you brought a whole nother perspective. And I'm not but wow, that was still empowering and enlightening to me. Mike, talk to the people about um, how, what the reception to the STEM side is, with dirt bikes being the vehicle. How has that impacted young people who may not otherwise have an interest in the STEM side of programming, but the dirt bike being the carrot, being able to get them in, and what it's like once they get involved?
I got you. Yep. So, man, the best example I can give is summer camp. A lot of kids come in and they just think dirt bikes, right? And when they realize, that it's a STEM aspect to it, at first they're like, oh, it's like school. But by halfway through, when they realize we do experiments such as out the toothpaste was like combustion explosion, to kind of give an example of how the oil and gas mixtures. So once they, by the middle of it, they're totally into it. Also, another aspect we added was the young people here actually learn how to fix dirt bikes. So when I talk about creating career paths, that's one way a lot of the young kids here can tell you about what a clutch is and how to fix a handlebar mount. They can show you where a carburetor is and how that's fixed. So, when you get to that technology, engineering, math, like literally William is a is a mathematical equation. It all takes steps. So he can speak more to that. And Deron actually has some input on it as well.
Like a perfect example is people can say different types of dirt bikes, but they can't break it down like how STEM is broken down. Like say, science, technology, engineering, and math, the replica of a dirt bike. The science of the dirt bike, the technology of the dirt bike parts, the engineering, the math, the engineering of building your bike, the math ratio, mixing your gas when it comes to two-stroke, and the math ratio when it comes to putting your oil in your bike to make sure your bike don't lock up and stuff like that. It's the same thing. When you tell them, once you put this on the table for the kids, they be like, wow, like, I did not know that. So then when it comes to in school, it's the same thing in school. When it comes to science or when they get it, they can already have a jump start on that. So like when you go to class and they're talking about science, you can give a different example. Like if it's something like you can't figure out because they're talking about a different type of object or anything, you can be like, I don't know how, like I don't get how you put it, but I can put it in the same way, but I can use a different. For instance, like at first, not gonna lie, 8th grade year I sucked in science, and then I had to realize that it's just like a different. I just put it with something I love. And then it made me go harder, and then I just kept shooting. I kept shooting for the stars, and then everything started falling in line. So yes, that's my example on the STEM side, the different side, and how they're similar.
I want to do two things to close out the segment. Mike, I want you to talk to people who should be supporting you guys, who should be maybe volunteering, whatever opportunities people have for support. And then Deron, I want you to make the pitch to other young people who may be watching today's broadcast, and we pray that it's a lot of them, as to what positive aspects of B360 are there and why they should come and be a part of the great things that are happening.
Yeah, so it's a lot of ways you can support. If you go to our webpage, we have a section where you can volunteer. And right now we have tomorrow's the last day of our Sound Summer Camp. Unfortunately, after like about 8 great weeks of it, but yeah, but support wise, we do have our end of the summer cookout coming up. So we always can use volunteers. We're looking for vendors for that, kid friendly vendors, food vendors, face painters. We have a moon bounce coming, but anybody that like services the youth, we always are looking for more vendors for that. More volunteers. We need hands on deck always. We have the Maryland Cycling Classic coming up.
I'm sorry to cut you off, Mike, but another thing, we provide safety. We provide safety helmets, shoulder pads, knee pads, gear, all that. So then, like when we bring the kids in for dirt bike summer camp, they won't hurt themselves because dirt bikes is not easy. But like the way we teach them, they catch them up really fast because of the way we're putting it. Or we're making sure they're safe as well.
Yeah. And yeah, that's super cool. We don't want to miss that part about safety. That's a big part of our organization. But volunteer wise, so that's how they can volunteer. And also with us coming into the school year, just thinking back to the STEM part, we will be in a lot more schools. So we'll have some more not just volunteer opportunities, but some employment opportunities. I know we hit on here the employee ball show. So we do have some
Yes, sir.
we're looking for some admin assistant, and also dirt bike STEM instructors. So STEM teachers, because we're going to expand. We're building a partnership with Baltimore City Schools. We were at Blueprint this year, St. Sylvan After School, and a couple other reps, and that's like about to explode and blow up to even more schools. So we'll definitely be hiring some more STEM instructors for that. But in the meantime, fill out that volunteer form. I'll reach out to you because we definitely need more hands, especially with the Maryland Cycling Class coming up. In this school year, cookout coming up, and programming upcoming as well. So, yeah.
Thank
And
you for that, Mike. Deron, you got 1,000 young people on here. Talk to them about why it's important to take that passion for dirt bike and put it into something constructive.
Wise words. What I like to say, wise words from Rondo. That's my name. Like coming from me, I started when I was 6 years old. I got that call from my dad. Do you want a dirt bike or a party? I picked the dirt bike because I was a hawk. That's all I really wanted to do. But I still I wound up getting both. So like on that note, like just know that dirt bikes is if that's your passion, always follow your dreams. Nobody can tell you no. It's you. Not gonna say always gonna say that I'm on your side 100%. We started off with an after school program we wound up going to make up with the mud in Texas for Toyota. I've been on Steve Harvey, Kelly Clarkson. What else? Um, we have a summer camp, and we have our own day, People 60 Day. So like recognized by the city. So like if you really want those, if that's really your best, you really want those things to happen, just keep going. And again, nobody can tell you no. You shoot for the stars, the sky's the limit, but we go past. Always remember that God is on your side, and everything's gonna fall out. It might take some time, but like just always follow your dreams and do what you have to do at the end of the day. And if you're in school, grades are first. Don't put their bikes or none of that before grades. Grades are first. Always stay on top of your grades. Make sure you maintaining everything before you just jump out there because you don't want anybody, you don't want to be recognized by nobody. And then they be like, oh, such and such is doing good with this, but see how he's doing in school. And that can just all fall back and you can backtrack. So just keep your head high, stay prayed up, and yeah, that's all I really had to say.
Well, Deron and Mike, I want to thank both of y'all, man. Today has just been an incredible day on the Employee Baltimore show. Mike, continue to do the great work over there. Please extend our love and gratitude to Brittany. And Deron, let me encourage you with this, young man. You are on a path to literally change a generation. And I'm not talking about on a bike. I'm talking about the fact that you've taken your opportunity on the bike and you've become an ambassador for bettering your generation. So we thankful to be able to even have your voice on here, especially after you've been on Steve Harvey. I think that's a come up for the Employee Baltimore show. But man, continue to be that voice, continue to recognize the power and influence that you're able to have to your generation, and that will continue to produce great outcomes and change the dynamic and trajectory of people who are in your generation. Thank y'all so much for being on the Employee Baltimore show.
Thank you for having us.
All right, y'all. Just like that, we've been through another great show. Please support B360. Go to their website, find out the great things that are happening. As you find out those great things, find a way to support. Tell somebody that you may know and you may even be love and be afraid for, or that's riding a dirt bike, that they can get safety equipment, mentorship, great STEM programming with B360. This is a phenomenal thing, y'all. I don't care what nobody say. They can dislike it all they want. Dirt bikes are engrafted into the culture of Baltimore. It's a beautiful thing. Those young people are incredibly talented. And that's why we're excited that B360 Baltimore is making sure that they are doing something to take that passion and harness it into sustainable, not just learning opportunities, but career opportunities. We want to again mention the Cherry Hill Job Fair that's going to be taking place on Thursday, August the 31st, 2023, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at South Church. Want to thank my good friend and brother, Dr. Aaron Hanna, for being here. Bill Collins, my colleague, for being here. That's going to be at 601 Cherry Hill Road, Baltimore, Maryland, 21225. Make sure that you're in the place. If you know somebody that's in that area and they're looking for an opportunity, get them here. As always, I got to thank my producer. She's phenomenal in everything that she does, man. She makes this thing easy, and she books some incredible shows. Katanya, thank you. We love you for all that you bring to the Employee Baltimore show and to the Mayor's Office of Employment Development. I want to thank the Mayor's Office of Employment Development. Man, listen, this thing started in COVID. COVID is closed. Our centers are open. But the forward-thinking aspect of our leadership here in the Mayor's Office of Employment Development has said that this is necessary. So it continues to this day. And in closing, I always say, if you're looking for an opportunity, the Mayor's Office of Employment Development is looking for you. With a focus on economic justice, we are building and maintaining a workforce system that really works. Thank you for being with us today. We'll see you next week.